Good morning.
It's you, Tammy. Good morning.
It's July 10th in Tillsonburg, Ontario.
From our glamour studio.
Well,
Cherished pieces.
Then we're quiet. Crickets.
I know.
We need the little cricket.
Anyway, so good morning. We welcome you for joining us. And it's going to be a special day today.
It is.
So maybe we should just... do you want to go over some of the classes that are coming up? Or do we want to go through... What shall we do first?
I think I forgot to add a couple on there, so...
Okay, so we could just maybe remind them to take a look online. I know that our foxtail crossbody, the sling bag, that class is full. But I think we'll look to maybe book another date if there's interest.
Yeah, always check the website, because I keep that up.
Karen, would you mind slipping upstairs and getting the doll?
Yeah, that's the class. I forgot which date. But
I think it's August 15th.
Yeah. Yeah, there's still room in a lot of other classes. And the free motion classes, we added a few dates so you can see them online. And we also put up the fall beginner. Just a little heads up if you know someone who's interested.
Yeah, so we have somebody on the list already, and we're looking at a beginner too, like one that's going past the beginner, a more advanced beginner class, but we're just still back and forth on patterns and which one we're going to use. So once we make that decision, we have some dates booked, but we don't have our pattern confirmed yet.
All right.
But the free motion classes are filling up nicely. We have room in the Cat's Meow. Our technique classes, we've got the Lone Star and the Quick Curve Ruler. And something exciting that we want to show you is, let's see if we can get her up close. This is, now Monica Shedden is a published, she has been published, and she makes these beautiful figurative art dolls. Now let's see if we can get the face up here. Now this doll articulates, and this is going to be a class with her on August 15th, is it?
Yes.
And you will get this whole doll done in the day. She said that she's done it so many times that she can make sure that you get it done in a day. So we'll get it to stand up here again. I'm going to pull out here. And you can see, nice size, but articulates. And you could dress it any way you want. And there's hair, and you learn how to do the face. So this is going to be an interesting class with Monica. So something different, and that's coming up.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So that kind of takes care of the classes. And then, of course, we're still doing July Shop Hop. We still have passports. If you haven't started yet, you can still start. You still have lots of time.
And just a reminder that we have temporary hours for the month of July. Mm-hmm. So we are open Monday to Friday, 10 till 5 o'clock.
That's right.
And Saturday, 10 till 4.
Yeah.
So those are just temporary hours for the month. So you will see us on Mondays. We have the new Missouri Star book that's come in.
They're $9. And I know everyone's been waiting for this one. You know, she always has great patterns.
There's lots of nice projects in this one.
Okay.
And the nice thing about Jenny is they're always followed up by some nice tutorials. We have 1/8, right?
So this is a little wool kit, Thimbles in Bloom by Front Porch Quilts. It's just a little wall hanging, kind of, 12.5 inches. And it was regular 34, and now it's 30. You've got all the little wool pieces in there. And the background and the pattern, you can have some fun with that.
This guy's bigger, and it's felt. I forget how big he is. 18 by 22.5. I think all the pieces they're all pre-cut. And
yep.
It's felt, and it's a good way to practice some hand applique.
It's a rooster on a mailbox. It could be fun if you're at the cottage or driving somewhere. Yeah.
And it's 85, and we have it down to 65. So there's one left, and it could be yours.
And then we also had some pre-cuts that came in. From Free Spirit, there's the layer cake.
These are cave, yeah.
More like in the pink, orange, red kind of tones. And the layer cake is $68.50. The little charm pack is $22.99. And I think it's this exact same one. No, this one is a little bit different.
Usually have their
Some
names
blues,
on the back.
Greens. So those are fun little charm packs that you could pick up and do a few little projects. And then there's also jelly rolls.
Sort of a bluey purple.
All the different colors. This is more green.
And these three are Cafe. And then
they are $68.50. And I'm causing a lot of lint.
That's okay, we'll get that.
And then there is this one, Neon.
This is Tula Pink.
It's very 80s. Fun.
Her stuff is always fun. People love it.
And it's $72.99.
And we have a new product on the market that I'm excited about. And this is from O'Diff. It is a fabric protector. And this can is $18.99. And the exciting thing about this is that it's a UV protectant. So this means that if you were going to make a pillow or something for outside, or you know how we do banners and things like that, well, you can spray it and then it's not going to fade in the sun. And I thought that was even more exciting because we have the Odycoat gel coating. So if you wanted to make a nice pillow for outside that you could leave out there, you could coat it with the Odycoat. And we've shown you this before. We've got the 1, 2, and 3 layers, which you can see. So it makes it like it's a canvas. Then you could spray your color with the UV protectant, and those pillows will stay nice and bright all summer. And it says just to reapply this every 30 days. Or is it every 30 days or every 3 months? Anyway, doesn't matter right at the moment.
Every 3 months.
Every 3 months. So you just give it another spray. And that allows you to have these nice banners, these welcome banners or flags, or, you know, like the pretty lounge pillows. So you could just take any fabric that, you know, if you loved like a cape or something really bright like this, just make it and it could stay outside and be protected, or something you wanted to leave in your window.
True. Yeah.
So I just think this is, I think this is quite a breakthrough for us quilters.
And the Odycoat is $18. Just a reminder.
So maybe we'll dust this off. And I know that you're all excited because we sent out an email that we have a very special guest today. So we would like to introduce her niece, Bonnie, who is her aunt.
Bonnie's the aunt.
Bonnie is the aunt, Bonnie Ward. And her niece is Lisa Dolson from Scotland. So this is Bonnie, who has led us to this wonderful connection. And this is Lisa. So Bonnie, we thank you very much. And Bonnie has very graciously brought a quilt that she has done with Lisa's fabric here today. And this was a Missouri Star pattern.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just beautiful, Bonnie. And we thank you for bringing and sharing that with us today. And Lisa, you arrived last night?
Yesterday morning.
Yesterday
yes.
morning.
So a wee bit, jet lagged, but
okay. Well, thank you, Bonnie, and we're going to interview this lovely lady here. Come
You've had
on
a chance to talk to her already a little bit.
Yes.
Maybe we'll put some of her fabric out here on the table.
We showed it a few weeks back,
and it's been quite popular. And Lisa has this delightful Scottish accent, so
I will try my best to
Oh no, I'm just saying it's fun to listen to. We're all so happy about that.
That was a cute little birds. I love birds.
So do I.
I was really happy to see that in there.
Yeah. Birds are often in my collections. Because it's something I see all the time when I'm out walking, birds and nature, and I just love it.
Yes, that seems to be a theme for some of the things that you do.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So when you were young, were you an artist? Did you always draw?
Yes, I've been drawing since I was a little girl. I still have drawings that I did when I was a little girl. It's just something that's always been part of me. I just love the escapism of drawing and painting, and that just kind of led. I knew I was going to do something creative in my life, and that's kind of the path I took.
Now, what about sewing?
Well, yeah, that's how I kind of got into fabric design. When I was at school, all I wanted to do was draw, and I wanted to do my own children's books. And then I went to college to do that, and then I decided to come and live in Canada for a year. And that's where I fell in love with quilting. Met my husband.
I was just going to say, and
It was a bonus. Well. Yeah, you know, the bonus was the fabric.
Fell in love.
Full stop. That's it. And
So you married a Canadian.
I married a Canadian. Brought him back to Scotland with me. Excess baggage. And fell in love with fabrics and quilts, because every time we would be out here, I would be so inspired with all the beautiful quilts that people had. Even like the blocks hanging outside their house, and you know, it just seems to be something that's part of life here. I just love it. So then I decided when I was 30 and I had my second son, so I've got 2 boys, I thought, well, I'm not busy enough, I'm going to go to evening classes and learn how to sew. So I got my first sewing machine at 30, and I decided to start learning how to quilt. So I was probably in touch with Aunt Bonnie, Ben's auntie, who loves to quilt and is so talented with her quilts. So we had a connection then, and I decided to start learning how to make things. So I made quilts for my boy's bedroom, I made curtains, made all sorts of things. And then I decided, looking at the fabric one day, I was like, someone must design this fabric. So I thought, this will combine my love of drawing with fabric, and I decided to go to evening classes and learn how to be a textile designer. So here I am.
So you went to classes to learn to be a textile designer? Because I'm very curious about that process.
Yeah, you have to learn how to make a repeat pattern. So basically the whole pattern comes down to one little square tile, and whatever's on the top has to match at the bottom, whatever's on the left has to match on the right, and therefore you can create the full pattern on fabric. So it's quite a challenge to learn that.
Are you hand drawing that, or are you using a computer program?
Well, all my artwork is hand drawn. It all starts off hand drawn. So I have sketchbooks upon sketchbooks in my house, because when I go out walking, that's where I'm inspired. I'll take photographs, which is fabulous now with your camera. You've always got, you know, what you're inspired with. I go home and then I draw. Everything else usually starts as a line drawing. Scan it into my computer, and then you use the software to create the pattern and add colour. So that's the fun part that I like doing.
So when you produce it, like how many different SKUs would you do in a collection?
Usually,
or are they asking you or telling you how many they need?
Usually, well, with the quilt market, as you know, it's like you have like your hero print, and then you have your coordinates, and then the blenders. So usually about 8 to 10 within a collection, something like that. Some companies prefer a smaller, like there's a company in the UK that I design for, and there's usually 8 prints in a collection.
So do you do different prints for different companies?
Yeah. Yes. So I would license, like this is only licensed to PBS, Paper Studio, and then I would do a different collection for another company. So, but they all want different things, but mostly it's nature that I'm inspired by. So I think you can never have enough flowers and birds.
No, and everyone relates to nature in some way,
yeah,
right?
You feel a connection, don't you? And there's constant inspiration, I think, in nature. So they just love it. It's great.
Now, which one would you say was your hero print in these?
I would say with Blossom, this was the hero print, the birds, and so this was more like watercolor and experimenting with different textures. And then this is from Autumn Breeze, isn't it? Yeah, so that was probably more of a blender one. But yeah, it's exciting to see them all together. I'm so glad you've got them in your shop. It's so nice to see. And this is more of a ditzy print, I would say, then, with a ditzy floral with the blossom. And then sometimes they like to have a different colourway, the same collection but a different colourway.
And so are you doing that?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you're pulling all those colours together too.
Yeah.
So what is your favourite colour palette to work with?
I think I tend to go for like these kind of colours, like I don't know, like pastels kind of things. Although I do like the more bolder colours sometimes. It just depends on the collection, I suppose, and what kind of time of year you would be looking to make it for. But yeah.
So Chris Hussey is saying, love your colours.
Oh, thank you.
Love that flower. So you can see we've got some comments
of
lovely. People coming in, so you can see some of the reactions. And later, after, you're going to be able to play this back at some point and read all the comments.
Yeah, it's lovely to get feedback. I always love to, and it's so nice to see what people make. Like, I love when people send me photos of things they've made using my fabric. It's just
my daughter-in-law was in recently from Tennessee and saw this collection, and she had to have this.
Oh, yeah.
And she had to have this, and she had to have this. Anyway,
She had to have.
Yeah, she had to have. So there was some of this that went back with her,
That's so
and she
lovely.
just went, oh, I love.
Yeah.
And she hasn't been to the store for about 3 years, so she
Yeah.
was like, wow.
Oh yeah. Oh, I see. I don't know if you're the same, but going into a fabric store, I just feel overwhelmed.
Oh, there's so much to see.
It's like a child in a sweet shop. Like, where do you start? I love it.
And we said too, it feels really nice. You know,
It's a
we
lovely
always
quality.
want things
Yeah.
to feel nice too.
Yeah, and it is lovely to feel that, because when I design it on the screen, you don't know what it's going to end up like in actual fabric. So it is lovely.
So, but you have an idea of the scale.
Yes. Yes.
Now, from when you design it and send it in, how long before you would see strike-offs?
It just depends. Sometimes I don't get to see the strike-offs. It just depends on the company.
Okay.
But we were chatting earlier and saying how it's lovely. It feels like Christmas when I come home and there's a big box at my door with all these fabrics in it, and it's just so exciting to see it in real life after, having that idea in your head and then putting it on paper and then the whole process. It's just.
So are you designing patterns yet for some of them?
For the quilts and things? No.
Oh, maybe that'll be in your
That
future.
might be an idea. Yeah, there's endless possibilities,
Oh,
isn't
sure
there?
is,
Yeah,
yeah.
with quilting. Because I'm now actually developing a range for scrapbooking. So my designs are going to, if anybody likes scrapbooking, which seems to be a thing here as well. A lot of people were saying they like having matching quilts with, the patterns match the scrapbook and things like that.
And you said you also have. Did we flash those? Did we capture those pictures?
I have a few pictures here. Yep.
Yeah. Let's just grab a couple of pictures that we have.
Oh yeah, that's in a quilt store in England.
Yeah.
That's the lady that made that bag is called Janet Goddard, and she's actually an author for a quilt book. And I will send her some of my fabrics, and then she makes these lovely
Oh, that's nice.
creations. Yeah, and then they're featured in magazines, or it's just a nice way to promote how to use the fabrics.
And this is one of your drawings.
This is one of my drawings. Yes,
It's
I
beautiful.
do love sewing machines, as you can relate. Yeah, that's probably just how my designs start. A line drawing, so it was a line drawing with pen, and then this other one is just a page where I was experimenting with markers, and I think I eventually added some gold leaf to that as well.
So what kind of pens are you using to get the color in there?
Those are kind of like alcohol markers. It's just to try out different colours. Obviously, you can start off, it doesn't matter what colour you start with, because when you scan it into the computer, you can change it with a click, just try out different things. But I am happiest when I'm doing my line drawing with the black pen. Oh yeah, that's from Autumn Breeze, that one, on the right, sorry, or on the left, depends, with the little birds. So that was a lady in somewhere in America that made that.
And the little girl, you don't know who she is?
The little girl's just a wee model who likes to show off her mum's creations. That's a lovely one that was made for Carriage House Printery. They do like print on demand, so I have some places that have print on demand, and I have also licenses with companies. So
Fun.
And that was another quilt that Janet made with the Autumn Breeze.
Very pretty.
It is. She made that as a free download for anyone. I could send you the link to that if you want.
And I just thought it would be interesting to show that. And
Yeah,
you brought,
that's lovely.
this one is Woodland
Walk in the Woods.
Walk in the Woods, sorry.
Yep, that's
So we
okay.
can put some of these out here maybe to show.
Mhm.
This is a collection that we are trying to get in. Maybe Tammy, you could help me. We'll spread some of these out. And you can maybe talk a little bit about your inspiration with these.
Yes. So this is a walk in the woods, and I'm lucky that I live near an area of beautiful woodland. We have a canal, and there's swans that live on it, and little birds and herons, and all the woods and texture. I just take my little dogs there and go for a walk.
Oh, what kind of dogs do you
I
have?
have 2 Romanian rescues, so they are
Oh, I like
quite
this.
a mix. I would call them a Heinz 57.
That's what my dad would always say what kind of our dog was.
They
But
are-
actually, I think when we'd say, because we said, I had a grandfather born in Scotland, and I
Yes.
had a grandfather born more Austrian, Ukrainian, and then
Wow, yeah.
border, and then it was like, anyway, and then
mix.
English grandmother,
Yeah.
and I'd say, so what are we? Oh, you're Heinz 57.
Yeah,
a mixed up
absolutely.
dog's breakfast.
Absolutely.
Is what he would say.
Well, that's my 2 dogs. So we go walk in the woods, and of course they love it and stop to sniff everything. So I get to take photographs, and so yeah. This
So there's
was,
the 2 different colorways
yeah,
with those
those are
birds.
the 2 hero prints then. And I do love texture. So this is all made from like ink with marks with a paintbrush,
right.
so to kind of represent the bark of the tree type thing. And then you've got your smaller ditzy prints. They're more with like a charcoal I used for those. And then the line drawing, I do love line. I think because I draw every day, it's just something that I love doing. And this is more like a kind of lace type effect. I thought that was quite effective with the white line work with the little dots.
I really like it. And look at this one too.
Yeah, it's quite bold, isn't it? I do like the little smaller thing. It's hoping to try and get a good balance with the print, you know.
There's lots of variety.
Yeah, and, you know, it's about scale and values, and I think, you know, you're very accomplished at creating that.
Thank you.
So we just love some of these different prints.
Yeah.
I think I've noticed on your website there was something that you were doing some little fawns.
Yes.
Is that there's a new line coming?
Yes, there's a new collection coming out with that. Yes, I do love deers and fawns.
And when will that be going to paintbrush, or is that something we're going to be seeing?
Hopefully, yes. For the next couple of months I'll be able to tell you more, but yes, that's
It's
just
a
wee
secret.
Yes.
It's a wee secret.
You will be the first to know, Cynthia.
She said, "We secret." That's so cute. We secret.
Yeah, we use "we" a lot.
I know, but we love hearing your accent, and we just think it's wonderful that you're all the way from Glasgow, Scotland, in Little Tilsonburg, Ontario, in our glamorous studio.
Well, I think it's fabulous. I'm so glad you invited me. Thank you very much.
We're just really happy to have you. So, let's see. So you're working on one new collection. Now you also one new collection, and you do stationery.
Yes, I'm moving into the scrapbook department market, which is huge as well, so I'm learning all about that. I've just published my first colouring book as well, which is actually all hand-drawn illustrations, so in hope of like providing mindfulness and, you know, relaxation. If you're not quilting, you're sewing, that's another outlet to relax. So
And where would we find that?
Didn't you bring in? Yeah.
I forgot to bring them
I
with me.
forgot to bring mine.
That's
And
okay,
I'll
but I thought
send
you
you
had
the
brought it in.
They are available on there's a
That
link I can
fabric is
send.
what's on the quilt.
Okay.
Yes, and that is, yeah.
Yeah, that's the line that you made the quilt of.
Yes, Bonnie showcasing this beautifully for me with these fabrics. But yes, my book's available on Amazon, but I can send you the link to that.
Okay, so it's
Fun.
That is fun.
That's really fun that you
Yes.
get to do all these things.
Oh yeah, it's
So you said you're in Canada for how long? You
just for
arrived
a week.
yesterday.
I arrived yesterday morning, and I am flying home next Tuesday evening back to Scotland. Yeah, so it's just a quick trip this time, but I've not been to Canada for 6 years. And I think the last time I was here, Bonnie brought me to your old store when it was downstairs and we did the Victoria quilts, I think it was.
We will show you later. We have a room for Victoria quilts at this
lovely.
location too.
Oh, that was a great
Because
day. I really enjoyed it.
it's a cause that we really
Yeah.
love and support. So your in-laws are in London, you said.
London, Ontario, visiting with my in-laws and seeing their grandsons, and
So they've
spend
been
some
here for a
quality
few
time.
weeks.
They've been here since June 21st, so
So
the
what
house-
are some of the things you like to do when you come to Canada?
Well, it's been 6 years since I've been here, but I do love going to quilt shops. My husband tends to drop me off and say I'll come back in a few hours because he knows what I'm like. I'm just like overwhelmed. I love it. No, I love going to your parks like constantly. I'm never switching off. So I actually said to him this morning, let's go to drive to a nice park so I can take some photos of different flowers that we don't get at home, and hopefully that will inspire a next collection. That's
So
what
you're
I'm
always
thinking.
sketching wherever you go.
Always. Even when I'm walking with my dog, I'm always thinking about what's the next thing. And my friend will say, how can you come up with a collection when you're out walking the dog? She's like, I'm thinking about what I'm going to make for supper. I'm like, well, I just don't switch off. So I love it.
So is your husband the cook then?
He's a very good cook. Yes. He is. I'm lucky that way. He's a cook because I am not. You can't be good at everything, can you?
No, you can't.
So, yeah, no, I'm happy to be in Canada. It's nice to come back.
Well, we're very delighted that you would join us here.
Oh, thank you. for
And
having me.
I know that our viewers are thrilled to meet you, and
So nice.
we'll be watching this.
Brilliant. Thank you. No, it's a lovely community. So,
And you know that letting them know that we have some of your fabrics in stock, and there will be more coming.
yes, there will. I will keep you up to date with what's happening.
Oh, that's great. Are there any questions out there from any of our viewers, Arlene, that we want to bring up?
They're all just complimenting on the fabric and your accent.
Oh, that's lovely. So we don't need subtitles. That's great.
No subtitles required.
Oh, that's so nice.
Well, Bonnie, we so appreciate you know, this introduction and just being able to, she has talked you up a lot.
Oh,
She's very proud of you.
envelope. Can I show you what she sent me?
She's a
Look
super
at these
fan.
pictures, I know.
She's so good.
But you know what? If you were my niece, I would be over the moon and thrilled too. So maybe we could all adopt her. How's that?
I'd love to come back.
Maybe.
Sorry.
We do have a question. Peggy's asking, any Christmas fabric?
Well, that might be something to do with the fawns.
Oh, is that a
The
wee secret?
The wee secret, you may. I do love Christmas fabric. It's something that I really want to try and do because, as you can see, a lot of my things is nature. But I think Christmas definitely. That would be a nice thing to do. Yeah.
Nice. Well,
That's the only question.
But I would love to come back one day. Maybe I could slot in like a class next time or something like that.
We would love that.
Yeah, maybe next summer or something.
We would
We could have a
love
chat
that.
about that.
We would love that.
That would be
Yeah.
good. I'm going to be a regular now.
Hmm?
I'm going to be a regular
Well-
now. You can't get rid of me.
maybe we can come to Scotland.
But we would love to have you as a regular.
Yeah, that
Whenever
would be
you
good.
come.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for joining
Sign me
us.
up.
Aw,
Joanne says, sign me up.
Yes,
that's
so
nice.
we've got, we would love a class. Look at that.
Okay,
So you can already see the enthusiasm.
You're locked in.
love it. No problem.
Okay, well, thank you. And to all our viewers today, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Do you want to do show and tell?
Oh, we have a show and tell. Yes, we don't want to forget show and tell.
Okay,
you can watch
we'll
it from
do
here.
show and tell,
You can,
yeah.
you can watch it from here, Lisa.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
it's always fun to see.
Oh, wow.
So this is DJ's show and tell for a baby quilt that she made for someone.
And see, she's had embroidered there, baby peacock.
So they can lay their little baby in the center and get all their pictures for the milestones. This is Kate, another one of her 3-yard kits.
And she's been making quilts for friends, hasn't she?
Yes, I forget what you said. She's got quite a number already.
Yeah.
Another one for another friend. This was blues and browns. It was very nice.
And another, they're really pretty quilts, and I think she's really been enjoying herself. It's been great therapy.
Her friendship quilts, yeah.
The blues are gorgeous, aren't they? Colours.
And this is Bonnie, and I think it's the turtles. The
sea turtles.
Yes. That turned out really nice.
And these have been, and here's Marion from Mississauga. She was in this past week on the Shop Hop and brought her hexagon quilt. And I think she hand-pieced all those hexagons and then sewed them all together. It's quite lovely.
And there's Lynn with her snowman collector. It's all applique.
And it's a huge applique project. We were talking about Christmas quilts, that sort of our challenge
yes.
this year about that we're going to get Christmas quilts for our beds, because we might have lap quilts and things around the house, but we don't have one for our bed. So we were sort of challenging ourselves in here about, let's see this year if we can have a Christmas quilt for our bed. And
Now,
Lynn
I
said,
don't know if it went to that challenge. I thought it was just a Christmas quilt.
oh, I thought it was a bed quilt. Anyway, so anyway, Lynn said, I want to join, so here's mine. But look at all the
She
applique
upped
in
the
there.
ante, she
I
said.
know, up the ante.
Yeah,
oh
that's
my.
what she did. It was fun to look at. And another one that she did.
I love that pattern. Oh, and look at Marilyn's quilt. Look at that.
And that's for her bed. She picked that up yesterday.
So these were quilted by Louise from Purple Rooster. And this one, this is a special story here. There's a young lady, and I'd say she's between 18 and 22, like young. And she loves cross stitch. And her name is Amber, because she had ordered a whole bolt of Ada cloth, and she likes to do cross stitch, and she wanted something wider. And this is a picture of her parents that she has cross stitched from a photograph. Wow! And it took her 147 hours. She was tracking her hours, and she's doing one of her grandparents. Then she was showing me this beautiful rose that she wants to do, that's lined up, and I went, she is just so young, but just loving her cross stitch and so creative. And I just thought, what a doll! She is a doll, and then to do this as a gift for her anniversary for her parents.
That's beautiful.
And I thought, what a labor of love. And here's some show and tell shoppers. And on the left is Susie from Dancing Stitches, my favorite Bernina store, and Pat and Helen and Tina. So they were in the other day. So they were having some fun. So there we go. Show and tell. And July 10th, we will see you next week. And we hope to see you on the hop.
All right. Have a great week.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
And Lisa,
Thank
especially
you.
thank you for joining us.
Thank you.